100 games of chess. I'm starting at 800 rated and I make it pretty far, so you'll probably want to see how far I go.
Part 1, Initial Rise.
Before this challenge, I never really played online chess. I focused mostly on the board chess. Since I hadn't played that much online chess, it means my online chess rating was lower than my actual rating, so it was pretty easy to climb at the beginning, but that will change shortly. This game is pretty crazy for the first game of the challenge. My king goes to the middle of the board and it's pretty intense. And it's also never a good idea to have your king in the center of the board. It's pretty ridiculous that it happened in the first place, but I do end up manually casting and then I get a nice fork on them to ultimately win the game. As the game continues, I might as well tell you my goal of this challenge. I'm trying to reach 1200 by the end of this, so hopefully I'll make it, but I don't know if I will. And at the very end of this challenge, I'll go against someone I've lost 21 times to and is rated 1600 to see if I can beat them. It'll be a pretty interesting match. This is my second game. You can tell I'm still a little newbie. I'm hanging pieces every once in a while. I'm missing tactics. I'm not that good at chess at this point, and I'm just more having fun. I still don't understand why people train for 10 years to become a grandmaster. It seems like a very long life commitment for very little reward. But I guess you can be the best in the world. As this second game is playing out, through the future games I was doing really good. I was cruising through the 800s, making great progress, and the 900s came, and I got stuck at the beginning for a little, but then, on May 10th, it all changed. On May 10th, I was unstoppable. My rise was inevitable. I felt like Magnus Carlsen was flowing through me. I am Norwegian, so I got that Norwegian chess blood. But as a certain chess players say, I did destroy those cheeky bloats. But actually, on May 10th, I rose 100 rating points, which is absolutely insane. And my extreme goal of 1200 was actually looking in reach. I don't know if I'll make it though, but you'll have to see. As you can see in this video, I reached 1000 rating points. It is so good to be out of that 3-digit range from the 4-digit range. It really feels like you've actually made it in chess, because technically, the only best people are 2 times better than you, maybe 3 debatably, so you're basically there, even if the rating is much, much harder to get. But it's very enthralling. Even with this achievement, I did not know then, but I was about to enter the hardest time of this challenge.
Part 2, Evolution.
After my astonishingly fast rise to 1000, I got stuck around there. I couldn't break through. It was honestly so aggravating, because chess is a game of 100% strategy, so it is absolutely infuriating every time you lose, and you just think about those moments, that one move you could have done better, that one blunder. And it really makes me mad, as you can see from these GIFs. But I wanted to change that.
I learned 2 new chest openings to help further my game and become a cheeky fella. The first new opening I learned is English. It goes something like this. Then black will make their stupid move, and then I'll go there, and then does the Carl, and then I go there. And then what I really like about this is you get the bishop out, and then they say play their knight, and then you get your knight out, and you get a really quick castle, so it's a very defensive play style, which honestly I kind of prefer, but the other opening is the Carl Khan. I actually learned this one because I thought it sounded like Magnus Carlsen, which I thought was funny, so it's a pretty cool opening, and I'll show it off to you. The Carl Khan starts off with the move in front of the bishop, and then say they do that, you pull there. They can either accept or push forward. In this case, I'll just have them push forward, then you move your bishop there, and then they'll move their pawn up. And it's a pretty even game, but I've seen a lot of success with this opening. It's been my most successful. The English is good, but it's just not as good as the Carl Khan. It's a lot more versatile, and I feel like I'm, a lot more powerful when I'm using it. It's definitely my main opening, and I've tried to learn more variations and stuff, but I still don't really understand it.
Now was my new opening. I was ready to take down the chess world. These two openings are about to help me launch forward in my path.
Before we go into the next game, I'd like to remind everyone that I'm taking on someone 1600 rated at the end of this. And my goal is to reach 1200, which I'm still 150 rating points away. Even though I got through the 1050s easily with my new openings, I don't have that many games left to reach 1200. But let's get into this game. I used the Caro-Kann pretty effectively in this. I did forget about en passant though, but it didn't really make a difference because he eventually just blunders everything back to me. He gives up 2 pawns for no extra value. I'm already up 7. Up 8 now, and it's just a complete collapse of his position. Taking free pieces left and right. Winning the queen. Winning literally all of his pieces. Up mate in 8 already. People just at this level don't understand the Caro-Kann, and it's made it so much easier to win. Forking his pieces. It does actually take me a while to close this out, because I just was having fun making as many queens, or 2 queens. But it was a good game. I ended up 33 points in material, which is a little ridiculous. And here we are, the game where I reached 1100. This was a pretty interesting game. I started off with another Caro-Kann. We trade off the bishops. He's up 1 pawn, but we just trade off a bunch of pieces. He checks me, I blog with a knight, and we're back to dead even. I offer a queen trade. He accepts. We got him right where I want him. I'm now in the advantage. Now it's dead even again, but we trade pieces. I castle, which apparently was a bad move, and giving him the advantage. He lines up to get a discover checked on me with his knight, but I see it, so I move out of the way. He moves his rook, retrade. A lot of trading this game. So the opponents here are getting a lot tougher. I'm having to trade a lot more, but he does make a mistake there because I get a lot more value out of that. Now I make a mistake there. He's able to kick my pawn, 2 pawns, and then he gets himself mated in 1 move at the very end, which is honestly just comical. And that's how I get to 1100. Pretty W. But technically, like, the maximum you could go up in 100 games is 700, so compared to that, it's not very good. But hey, 300 is still a very good increase. With the challenge being over, it's finally time to take on my rival, who is 1600 rated and the final boss of chess.
I am actually up 3 here. I could actually maybe win this. I mean, they're still in the opening stages, but we'll see. I'm moving my queen. He does not see the pawn push, but I don't capitalize on it because I thought it wouldn't get me anywhere just getting the discover check from the pawn push. But apparently that would have been best, giving away some of my advantage. He's now up 3, which is really bad. He takes it. I move my queen back. He starts bullying me. I accidentally hang my bishop. He takes. He moves his queen in. He's up 2 right now. Up 4 on the material plus advantage. He moves his knight in. I take it for some reason. Then I should have taken his other knight, but I didn't. And he takes a free knight. I check him, hanging my queen. And this game's basically over at this point as he just trades off all the other pieces, and it's over for me. But I will get my revenge in 200 games of chess. My day will come. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe.